Oh, I got a ring notification. Oh, I got a package. Oh, you know what? What is it about UPS when they start leaving packages in the steal me spot on my porch? You could leave it behind the table, you could leave it behind the door. No, we just leave it at the top of the stairs. I want somebody to see it from as far away as possible. You know we still got porch pirates out here. Who hurt you, UPS? Who hurt you? Welcome to Open Mic. We like to start the show with a few stories or a hot take on a story you're not likely to see anywhere else, like my package. You're gonna see that everywhere else. I'm from gorgeous Prince George's, and now I spilled the tea in DC. So you know these jokes come from a place of love. If in fact that was something I was capable of, I'm not, because my package is gonna get stolen. Let's start things off here in DC. 4 players from the Washington Commanders were selected to the Pro Bowl.
Defensive tackle Jonathan Allen, who's made it before, even admitted to Coach Rivera that he wasn't too surprised. He's just putting it out there for the offense, even though he has been a star here for a while. And it's his first Pro Bowl for receiver Terry McLaurin. So we're happy for Terry. Punter Tress Way is one of 2 Commanders' special teams players headed to the Pro Bowl. And the second one is the big surprise. Take a look.
Congratulations. You're the Pro Bowl special teams guy. You're the starter. You earned it, young man.
Okay, so I want actors out there to really study this whole scene because that is pure emotion. That safety, Jeremy Reeves.
This is awesome, especially for Jeremy Reeves. Also, shout out to my man Bones, who used to call me on the radio every single day like, what they really need is Jeremy Reeves. This one's for you, Bones. Jeremy Reeves went undrafted and bounced around the league for a while before he found a home here in D.C. And in a year where the owner got aired out by Congress and sued by D.C.'s Attorney General, fans needed a feel-good story. 4 Pro Bowl players is the most we've had in a year since 2016, by the way. So congratulations to Jonathan Allen, Terry McLaurin, Tress Way, and especially Jeremy Reeves. And especially shout out to Tress Way, too, because he made Jeremy Reeves' reveal all the more special. Let's head to Virginia for this next story. 3 cities in the Commonwealth were selected to the top 25 places in the country where, quote, Americans are happiest. This according to a study by Smart Asset. Smart Asset. I like that. Nice name. The state's motto is Virginia is for lovers, which must explain all that happiness. Arlington ranked number 2 in the country thanks to landing in the top 7 of all 3 criteria used to judge personal finances, well-being, and quality of life. I can't believe they left off proximity to Wawa sandwiches. That is the true measure of happiness, and Virginia is a very Wawa-rich environment. The only place that ranked higher than Arlington is Sunnyvale, California, which makes a little bit of sense as it has sunny in the name. They're probably enjoying blue skies right now while we have whatever you call what's going on outside right now. Alexandria came in at number 13 on the list, and Virginia Beach came in at number 22. Virginia, I don't give you your flowers enough, but you earned them for this. That is a very impressive accomplishment. But next year, we got to make sure we get Stafford County on this list. I chose this next story because it's affecting all of us. A massive winter storm bringing with it heavy snow, ice, flooding, and powerful winds is hitting everywhere from the Midwest to the East Coast, and it's causing flight cancellations and travel delays just in time for the holidays.
Over the river, through the woods, straight into a traffic jam. That's the story of holiday travel, right? Add in a winter storm and things get even worse. D.C., Maryland, and Virginia all have crews on standby to treat the roads.
Look at Lorenzo Hall with the bars. I see you with the bars. Okay. I see you with the poetic delivery. He, by the way, found a fairy tale way to say holiday traffic is going to be a nightmare. Stacked on top of another nightmare, sprinkled with terror on top. Hundreds of flights have already been canceled. And by the way, this number is likely to increase. A surge of Arctic air is expected to make this Christmas weekend the coldest in decades. Now, if this is what Bing Crosby was singing about, I don't ever want to hear White Christmas again in my lifetime, although he could have been singing about a great number of things now that I think about it. That was a crazy time. Maybe Let It Snow. My apologies to Boyz II Men, Brian McKnight, and the ghosts of Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, but snow is the last thing I want to think about. To everybody traveling this weekend, be careful, and more importantly, be patient. especially if you fly in Spirit. I mean, you gotta be patient. You fly in Spirit because every passenger on Spirit can scrap. Like, get smart with the wrong person after a couple of flight delays, and you could go viral for all the wrong reasons. It is the Waffle House of the sky. You've been warned. Let's head to Kansas City, Missouri for this last story. Xavier Babudar, a die-hard Chiefs fan who attends home and road games dressed up as a wolf, was arrested for allegedly robbing a bank. Now, I've heard of a wolf in sheep's clothing, but a crook in wolf's clothing? That is a new one. Now we see how he can afford to be at all these games. Babudar was charged with armed robbery, possession of a firearm, and the commission of a felony, threatening a violent act, and wearing a mask in commission of a felony. I hope, by the way, that wasn't the wolf mask, because if he wore his game day outfit to commit crime, that would explain why he got caught so fast. Like, hey, everybody be on the lookout for a big bad wolf wearing a Patrick Mahomes jersey. He is armed and ridiculous. Imagine what the suspect lineup must have looked like. I'm just glad this guy's crime spree came to an end before he huffed and puffed and blew somebody's house down. Little Red Riding Hood, Grandma, thankfully, is now safe. Now I'm going to wrap up this monologue so I can get a snack during the next segment because I'm hungry, like the wolf. Shout out to Duran Duran. My favorite story, the Commanders players making the Pro Bowl, especially you, Jeremy Reeves, and being happy for your boy. That's you, Tressway. You guys earned it.